Carlin on 98.7 ESPN.
It's not a popular topic. I know that. I know that because of the reaction I've gotten sometimes on the air. But it just bears repeating. And it bears plenty of attention considering what it involves. As the Mets continue to just get absolutely destroyed in this sexual harassment ongoing story that comes from The Athletic, and the more women that come forward, there are a couple of things to understand. Number one, this is not just a Mets problem. This is it's a societal problem. It's a baseball problem. I've talked to a lot of female friends today in particular who have been in and around the game throughout their careers, and that's the first thing that really comes out. This is a bigger issue than just one team. But that's in no way excusing what's going on with the Mets. They're just first. Can we just all agree that Sandy Alderson bears a lot of responsibility here? You know, Sandy's an incredibly smart man. And Sandy knows he's an incredibly smart man. I'm not saying that he's arrogant, but Sandy knows he's smart. And oftentimes, when you're in a room and you know you're the smartest person in the room, you tend to act like that wherever you are and in whatever situation is in front of you. So you feel like you are going to have the answers to whatever problems are sitting in front of you. And I find this to be the case particularly when it comes to speaking in front of the media on a controversial topic or on a topic where your team or your organization is getting accused of some wrongdoing, and you're at the front of it. Now, Sandy obviously didn't harass any women himself that we know of, but he has put the organization in a tough spot by hiring a lot of people that frankly have done just that, whether it's Jared Porter, whether it's Mickey Callaway, whether it's, the allegations against David Newman, who I personally do know a little bit and never knew anything about anything like this of a hostile work environment. But when this many women come forward, I tend to believe it. These are a lot of allegations that have come together against one team recently. Now, there's going to be more. I know for a fact there's going to be more. I can't tell you where and when and who's involved, but I know they're working on more and more and more of this. But when you're the smartest person in the room and you feel like you have all the answers, you can get put in a very bad situation quickly by acting like that. And that's what Sandy did with a remarkably insensitive and, frankly, moronic response to the story. The latest story involved a guy named Joe DeVito, who was somebody that was in charge of social media and marketing and such with the Mets. It involved a woman named Holly Linval, who was in charge of HR for the Mets. And the allegation against her is basically, don't bother going to her with any concerns that you have when it comes to this kind of thing, because she is just interested in making sure that ownership, the Wilpons at the time, were happy with her and would back them up before really doing anything about any kind of an allegation. Like if there was an allegation, the victim misconstrued it or something like that. There was Sandy bringing David Newman back, even after the objections of a few that brought it to him. There was the idea that Sandy didn't know about Mickey Callaway, which is getting more and more unbelievable every moment. As I've said to you before, there were always plenty of rumors about Mickey Callaway chasing women, never anything along the harassment or other reporters' lines that I had heard, but clearly I'm never around the stadium, but I had heard rumors about Mickey Callaway being that kind of guy, but not specifically harassing women who worked for the organization or who were in the media, which has become pretty clear that happened. So Sandy steps out in front today and makes these comments to The Athletic in response to what's going on. And if you didn't hear it, here's what it was. Quote, "Let me try and make a point as strongly as I can, okay? Not every instance involving men, women in the workplace is a capital offense, okay? Every time something happens, it doesn't mean somebody has to be fired. There are a lot of different intermediate steps that can be taken, and we've done that in a variety of different cases and have included capital punishment as a consequence in some cases, but not every case rises to the level of execution." And that's what honestly I think is happening with these articles referencing The Athletic. People are getting executed, including women, by the way, for reasons that are unjustifiable. Is there ever a statute of limitations on coverage of some of this stuff? Whoa. First of all, it's a defiant tone. Secondly, capital punishment and execution. I mean, it's not, you're missing the point completely. There is supposed to be an investigation and empathy for people making the accusation and showing them that you're taking it seriously and going after trying to find out what's going on instead of talking about what all of the different forms of discipline you're taking are and getting frustrated, not saying that everybody should just be fired. That's not what this is about. That's not what this is about, Sandy. It's about figuring out what's going on with your team. And when you have continually now hired people that have not fostered a good work environment, have fostered a horrible work environment, and they've been here that long, that's a problem, and it's a big reflection on you. For instance, you think about this for a second, okay? This DeVito, this guy, Mike DeVito or Joe DeVito, I think his name is Joe. He had several text exchanges with a woman, a female employee. So I assume that means a female employee of his. And in these messages, there were comments like, well, at least I'm not as bad as Mickey, right? I'm still not as bad as Mickey. Yet, they didn't know about Mickey, I thought. Clearly, this woman had told him about Mickey. If he's saying to her, well, I'm not as bad as Mickey, right? I'm not him. Well, obviously, you knew. And yet, you took the woman who told you about Mickey Callaway to you as someone that was an underling and basically was coming to a superior, it seems, to inform you about what was going on. And you turned that into a situation of harassing that woman. So much so that you asked her to delete the text messages, as is in the story. Holy crap. The point is, most of the people involved here are Sandy guys. So at some point, the guy up top has got to bear responsibility. And if you're Steve Cohen, and this is just going to continue to come, how much longer can you deal with that? Is keeping Sandy worth it at that point? Sandy's screaming and yelling about everybody else getting fired. Dude, this is a reflection on you. I don't like seeing people lose their jobs. This is a major reflection on you. And when you just come out and have a defiant attitude about it and basically say, not everybody deserves to be fired on the spot for everything that happens between men and women. Yeah, nobody was saying that, dude. What they're saying is this environment that has been created that started under the Wilpons and guys that you brought in that listen, I don't think Sandy brought in knowing all this stuff was definitively going on, but I don't know how you didn't know about Mickey Callaway. As all of this is going on, you're the one that hired them. So you have to bear responsibility as opposed to just firing back and sounding annoyed about it. I've seen this many times. The guy that knows he's the smartest person in the room gets caught up in that and gets annoyed that he's getting questioned about stuff like this continually. And at some point is just responding in a way that is a general aggressive and aggravation-laden way. As if to say, we know what we're doing. Step off. We've got this handled. We're working on it. You know, are you guys done covering us when it comes to this? Yeah, that's not how you respond to this. That's not what you do. And guys, listen, I know that it's not a topic that anybody likes to talk about or anybody wants to hear about because, you know, men, a lot of our audience feels so attacked because of all this stuff that's happening across society right now. I get it. Problem is, guys, had it pretty good for 5,000 years. So when it comes to this, you're either doing the right things or you're not. I have to be honest. It makes me look back at my interactions with people that I've worked with. Have I always been as appropriate? It makes me be reflective about it. Really looking back and saying, did I ever do anything? I know I sent text messages, just not to women. If you know, you know. But you get the point. It should just be a little bit of reflection in this. That's all. And I don't mean to lecture. I really don't. Just every time I continue to see this stuff, I just realize that until men care about it, it doesn't change. So you guys need to start caring about it. And at the very least, recognize that, yeah, some guys are really getting blown up over this. So maybe, just maybe, you need to pay attention to that. And you need to alter behavior. It genuinely has me looking at myself like, have I always done the right thing in this regard? 800-919-3776. All right, open lines. Let's go. Yankee talk if you want. Good start. Down 2-0 in the first inning. Nick Nelson, the opener, has pretty much opened up the early floodgates. Runner on third and one out. 800-919-3776. Whatever you want is on the board for you, my friends. Vámonos, muchachos.
It's Carlin.
Chicks dig me because
Yeah, that's not the right one to play. How about this one?
It's Carlin.
It's not an egg. It's more of an ovid.
On 98.7 ESPN. The Bart.
Yeah, that's not good. I hope you dumped it or something.
I did, but I got the. I was gonna play a little.
Did you dump it?
No.
Yeah.
Of the regular season.
We got a new drop. I'm gonna send it to you too. It's the little noise you made talking about your delay when you
Yeah.
talk to a phone on somebody.
It'll matter. Got an
I'm
app.
gonna send that one to you.
Weekdays at noon on 98.7 ESPN.
These days, nearly every small business owner is looking for ways to cut costs. And that's where Spectrum Business comes in. They have the best business internet and phone available at prices that are up to half off what you're paying now. That's right. You can cut costs for your business and get faster internet. Just what small businesses need right now. Call 833-919-2129 and get all the value with none of the nonsense. That's Spectrum Business. 833-919-2129.
Right from the start, we've always been on the go. And once we got going, we never slowed down. So for the past 100 years at Pep Boys, we've kept our promise to keep you moving. And we plan on keeping it for at least 100 more. Pep Boys, we go further to help you go farther. Now through April 30th at Pep Boys, get free installation instantly when you buy 4 Kelly Edge AS tires. Restrictions apply. See store or pepboys.com for details.
At Eddie Sings tasted Popeye's new Cajun flounder sandwich and found his muse.
Let me eat it with delight. Let me know about all the tartar sauce and pickles. I love you. I want you. I need you.
At Eddie Sings from Chicago, Illinois on Tuesday, March 3rd. Love that Cajun flounder fish sandwich from Popeye's. Get our delicious new Cajun flounder sandwich today. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants.
Hey, it's Michael K. Tune in for my show Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com today. See how much you could save.
AutoZone has more ways for you to start your job.
2 minutes.
It's getting what you need fast. That's why AutoZone offers free same-day store pickup. You can order online and pick it up today at more than 5,800 AutoZone locations. Or if your job can wait, AutoZone offers free next-day delivery on orders over $35. Free next-day delivery is available on over 100,000 parts, including ones for jobs like replacing your brake pads and rotors or installing new wipers. Visit AutoZone.com today to start your job fast. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired sports commentator Dick Vitale.
Tonight's matchup is me versus an ugly fender bender. If I can eke out a win, it would be a miracle, baby.
Mr. Vitale, it wouldn't be a miracle because Geico gives you a team of experts to help manage your claim.
It's going to be a nail-biter.
Nope. The Geico team is there for you 24/7.
Now that's a dipsy dude dunkaroo of a claims team. Geico is awesome, baby, with a capital A.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Opportunity knocks, and sometimes it revs during the spring sales event going on now at Mercedes-Benz of White Plains. Take advantage of limited time offers and incentives and spring forward into the Mercedes-Benz of your dreams. Did you know it's National Car Care Month? Schedule your service appointment today and save on essential car care maintenance services all month long. Stop in, shop online, or schedule service at mbwhiteplains.com. Mercedes-Benz of White Plains, a proud member of the Pepe Auto Group, the name you've trusted since 1968.
The Michael K. Show is on.
Daniel in Union.
I think you're too forgetting
You got 30 seconds.
the lineup. It is true that the Yankees have good hitters, but it just doesn't work well together.
I'm going to make you a little bet. They will finish first in the American League East. I'll make you a bet. What do you want to bet?
I'll bet you $100 donation to charities of our respective choices. They will not win their division.
Done. I love it.
Don't miss the Michael K. Show weekdays at 2 on 98.7 ESPN.
Carlin, 98.7 ESPN, 800-919-3776. Spike in Jersey, well, actually in St. Pete, has been patient. Spike, what's going on, dude? How are you?
I'm always patient for you. I miss it when you're not on, so that's why I kind of pester you to find out. I know it's a very fluid schedule with the national plugins and changing times, but I got you now, so I'm going to throw some stuff at you. The Mets situation, you piqued my interest on it. Sandy's an interesting guy with an interesting background, going through health problems. All that stuff aside, there's smoke, there's fire. Why they hired the guy back, I don't know, but let's let it play out a little bit. You know, it's there's a lot of stuff going on. I just don't like the tenor of it, and I'm sure you agree with me. Now, I'm in St. Petersburg. So I get in the lay of the land, and I went to Dunedin, and the Toronto Raptors. I'll probably butcher the pronunciation of this. They play in the arena in Tampa called AMALIE. I think.
Yeah, it used to be the St. Pete Forum. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in the Publix, and you know I'm a basketball nut, like you're a baseball nut, and I see a guy, and. You know me, gregarious, and I'm not afraid to say hello to anybody. I walk right up to this guy, and I go, how's the team doing? He says, you know who I am? I said, yeah, 8th draft pick, Stanley Johnson, Arizona. What's the chances of me running into the guy, and the guy, like, he's the friendliest guy in the world. You know, he says, how did you know who I was? I said, well, I'm a basketball nut job, you know. And he says, well, we're having a tough year. It's tough. And I asked him a question. I said, I hope you don't think I'm stepping over the boundaries, but I'm really curious. I feel for you guys. I happened to go to see the Toronto baseball team in Dunedin, and everyone's displaced. Like, I don't need any personal information. I wouldn't cross that line, but is it tough on the whole team? And his face, you could see it, you know? It's tough. It's really tough. And then he mentioned to me, I said, could you corroborate this? And I asked him where he lives. I think ain't my business. And in Canada, there's such a dearth of vaccines. He said a relative has got the first shot and has to wait 4 months for the second.
I heard that same thing about what was going on up there too, that was going on. Yeah, that people who got the first shot in Canada had to wait for a really long time.
Yeah, and the reason is a monetary reason. You know, it's always money. George Young, my favorite all-time sports talk guest. I don't know how you felt about it. I know you were involved.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite.
And that was always the comment. And thanks for the call, Spike. Whenever they tell you it's not about the money, it's about the money. 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. Open lines. Let's hit them. Anthony Bridgewater up next. Right here. Tony, what's going on, bud? How are you?
Hey, Carlin. Thanks for taking my call.
You got it.
First off, before I talk about Sandy, I just want to make a really quick Rutgers point, real quick.
Yeah.
What a recruiting class Shiano's doing, my God, right now. He's top 7 right now. Anyone who said he can't recruit or he's not going to turn the program around, my God, he's just getting guys left and right. It's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah, listen, they're doing a phenomenal job right now, and there's a lot to be excited about. I don't want to say, like, I'm always cautiously optimistic until guys put their names on paper. You know what I mean? Like, you can commit, and then we'll see what happens. But I'll give you a little bit of news in case you didn't see it just in the last few minutes. Art Sitkowski is transferring.
I was just going to say that. I saw that too. I know.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I kind of saw that coming.
I kind of figured too. But you know what? I have to tell you, as rough as it's been for him, that kid has been such a tremendous kid. He works so hard, and it hasn't worked out for him here. And I hope it does somewhere else. He is a really super nice guy.
Yeah, I just don't think that he fits the style of the new of what they're trying to do. That's the biggest thing, I feel like.
Yeah, I think that's probably accurate.
Real quick about Sandy. I agree with you. Listen, it all points to him. I mean, you can't keep getting rid of the low guys and then go to Sandy and says, "Oh, we'll investigate." Fact of the matter is, his name keeps coming up. He's the guy. You bring him back. He's the guy. He rehires, hires. I mean, I know it's like going to be a black eye on Cohen, his first major hire, but I'm sure he's done this many times of having to fire a major guy in all of his corporation and his businesses. But you hate to say it because everyone loves Sandy, good guy and everything, but I just think Sandy's, he's the old-fashioned guy. I don't think he realizes the significance of what these things mean now. That's the thing.
I think what you're saying is accurate, but as an old-fashioned guy, like Sandy's a military guy. That's why you hear phrases like capital punishment and execution. Sandy's a military guy. And that's one of those things where it's it's not just toughen up and deal with it, but these are not issues that Sandy is remotely familiar in dealing with in the past. Not remotely, you know? And so when that's the case, Anthony, him getting angry as he did about it and defensive as he did about it is just not understanding the situation and the gravity of it, and that's problematic.
But then I take it the other way and just think of it this way. I'm like, if a woman's complaining about this, like, he can't understand that significance. Like, you try to just think of it rationally. I don't care how old you are. Like, and that's the other thing. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Christian, I love listening to you, man. Have a great night.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the call. Yeah, I know what you mean. I just think, don't worry about rationally or any of that stuff. It's just, you got to recognize it. And it might be annoying to you that they continue to chase down the story. But let me ask you something. Do you think it's The Athletic definitively going and continuing to pursue this story more and more and more? Or do you think at some point, maybe some people who were victims are seeing these stories come up and say, yeah, maybe I should step forward and talk about this? We think that's possible? That could be part of it too. Dwayne, he is in Orange. Dwayne, what's going on, buddy?
Carlin, thank you, man, for getting me on here. First time call, love to be on. I'm watching my Yankees right now. We're down 2-0 to the Rays. It's crazy that we had so much expectations. Well, I didn't, but a lot of people had expectations for the Yankees. And to me, they didn't make a lot of noise in the free agency. We didn't get any good pitching. We didn't get any hitters. You know, we're looking at our best hitter right now is hitting 308, and after that, it's a huge drop off into the twos, and we got Stanton in the ones. What else is there for the Yankees to do? What can we do? Is there any moves you think, Carlin, that they could make to improve on this roster to get better? I'm beside myself. I really had high expectations for them this year. I know it's still early, but this one hurts this year. It really does hurt.
Yeah, no, I get it. I think there are problems with the construction of the roster in that most of these guys are there to hit home runs. And, LeMahieu coming back was the best thing that they could have done, but they needed to do some other things. They needed more situational guys. And I'm not talking about small ball and all that stuff, okay? I'm talking about guys who could just get clutch hits. Guys who are clutch players. That's all. The guys who may not go out there and put up 85 RBIs, but guys who are going to get the hit in a clutch situation. The Yankees, LeMahieu in a lot of ways is the closest thing that they have to Derek Jeter. He really is. I'm not saying that he is Jeter, because it's obviously a different situation, but you need more people like that who are just not swinging and missing at everything and striking out all the time. I mean, there goes Judge down swinging. I mean, what a shock. This is just what they are right now. And it's feast or famine. And I know that it has served them okay the last couple of years, but the largest problem of all is the belief, the blind faith that exists in these analytics, and the idea that you cannot work past that you can't see past what the numbers are telling you. That's stupid to me. That's just stupid. Because if you've watched the last couple of years and this shift that the Yankees have had, that is, let's just go out there, win as many games as we can, get to the postseason, and let's just let it happen. As opposed to, we win the World Series at all costs. Like, the mentality has shifted because they now believe the playoffs to be just such a crapshoot. Like, that was never a Yankee. When did you hear that during the stretch when the Yankees won their championships between 96 and 2000? When did you hear that? You didn't. You didn't. Didn't hear it in 2009 either. It's stunning that that is the case. But that is the case. The Giants draft may not be headed where you think. We will explain in just a moment. It's Carlin, 98.7 ESPN.
It's Carlin
I'm the guy who does his job. You must be the other guy.
on 98.7 ESPN.
Hey, it is Greeny insisting we talk about golf again.
Chris, you got a read here?
And to improve
Yeah.
the game,
Coming to you in 20. If you need more time, let me know.
Square's toe provides balance, stability, and increased connection to the ground, which increases speed. And that adds an...
Let me know when you
I'm good.
Okay, you're good? All right, thanks, man. 10 seconds here.
Wearing Squares
All right, at
golf
least
shoes.
I thought I
Go
was
to
good. Hang on.
Squares.com, get their 30-day money-back guarantee. Use the promo
I'll have
code
it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll have it.
Shoes, improve your game. Visit Squares.com.
All right, people, I love betting on basketball because I'm always finding new player props or game props that I like. And with FanDuel Sportsbook, you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. It's called a same-game parlay bet, and they have them on FanDuel Sportsbook. Let's just say, for instance, the Knickerbockers tonight with the Mavericks. Maybe you wanted to take the Knicks plus their 6.5 and combine that with, I don't know, let's say the top point scorer, if it's Julius Randle, if it's going to be Kristaps Porzingis in the game or Luka Doncic. You can do all that on FanDuel. Now, if you haven't tried FanDuel Sportsbook, new users can get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. Just place a bet, and FanDuel will refund you up to $1,000 back in site credit if you don't win. And right now, new and existing users can get up to $25 in site credit back each day if your parlay falls one leg short with same-game parlay insurance. FanDuel Sportsbook, easy to use. Get paid for your winnings in as little as 24 hours. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today to try a same-game parlay and use promo code Carlin at sign-up. That's promo code Carlin to let them know the big fella sent you. Must be 21 and older, present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $25. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You are down, Chris.
All right.
Listen up, it's your boy.
So I've been more paying attention to you. I haven't really paid attention to the Yankee game. So they had an opener, right?
Yeah.
Performance.
And now they're putting Michael King in. Like,
Yeah.
No much down low.
they have no trust
Out
in
of your
pitching staff.
the 6 months early. Right now, Security Dodge has the largest inventory of new SRT
No, you said like
stock and ready to roar. TRX, that's
you said it. You against the Yankees? I know you don't like the Yankees.
Challenger Scat.
Yeah, but I don't hate them either.
Hawks, Durango Hellcats. You want
I
power?
remember who said it.
Get some. If you're shopping, Security Dodge in Amityville is the place to go. Why go someplace else for a good deal when you can go to Security Dodge and get the best deal? Over 2,000 cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock and ready to go. There's no doubt why Security Dodge is Suffolk County's largest Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer. Security Dodge is also the largest certified pre-owned dealer in all of New York and has the largest inventory in the Northeast. Come get the best deal now. Security Dodge sells more because they sell for less. For complete program details, shop 24/7 online at securitydodge.com. And don't forget to tell them Rosenberg sent you.
Go through some emails, check your calendar, see that you have a 45-minute break in the day between meetings. Realize this is your moment. So you drive right to McDonald's to pick up something extra delicious ASAP meal. Thank you. There's a meal for every moment at McDonald's.
Enjoy one of our $3 bundles, like a double cheeseburger, 6-piece chicken McNuggets, or McChicken, each paired with small fries, only at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half, that feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you can pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts.
90 seconds.
It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game. And now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
Mega Millions is giving you 240 million reasons to take a chance. That's a whole lot of millions in Jersey. One mega chance could be all it takes, so take a chance on Mega Millions because anything can happen in Jersey.
This is DCR. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? I'm going horse-sized duck.
No way.
Yep.
No way. Yeah, I'm going with the 100.
100 duck-sized horses?
Duck-sized horses, yeah.
Or one horse-sized duck.
Nah, that duck is very crafty, man.
I think I could get on the duck's back somehow.
A horse-sized duck? Good luck with that. There's no way he's going to let you get on his back. No
You're
way.
gonna ride the
He's
duck?
going to beat you to death. No chance. Aflac is going to whoop your ass.
This is DCR. All it takes is like 10, 20 of those little tiny horses. Once they get you on the mat, you're done.
I'm not going to get on the mat, Dave. I'm going to pull off a Lawrence Tynes. I'm going to punt those suckers all over the place.
Morning Start with DCR. Rick DiPietro, Chris Canty, and Dave Rothenberg. Weekdays at 5 a.m. on 98.7 ESPN.
I gotta say, I'm with Canty. 100 duck-sized horses. First of all, how's a mini horse like that, even 100 of them, how are they going to attack you? Like, what are they attacking you with? Are they trying to bite you? Meanwhile, you got a duck the size of a horse. That sucker's got a bill that is going to do real damage with one peck. Yeah, no, I'm with Canty. No, give me 100 duck-sized horses as opposed to one horse-sized duck. That duck would be badass. I guarantee you that. 800-919-3776. The video stream of the show, as always, up and running. Carlin on ESPN on the old YouTube. By all means, go there and subscribe. Carlin on ESPN. Also on ESPN New York's Twitter feed and on 98.7 ESPN. Well, 98.7 ESPN's Twitter handle and ESPN New York's Facebook page. Go and leave your comments there. Calls as well, 800-919-3776. Eddie is in Rockland County. Eddie, what's up, baby?
What's up, Big Chris?
You know.
Well, listen, question on the Giants. Before I get to my question, were you a Mike guy or a Chris guy?
At different times, I would like to say that for the most part, I was both throughout the entire time that I was working with them. The trick was to make them each think that you were their guy. That was the trick.
All right.
So I balanced it pretty well.
Right. Okay. On the Giants, Maris said pretty much this year he wants to see something, and I don't think with the extra game 7 and 10 is going to get a Gettleman's job. So if you're Gettleman, right, would you lean on the future draft, like next year's draft, and move some like the first round pick for something this year to make something happen? Because I need to see the Giants trade down a little bit, pick up an extra second, and at least walk away with a top offensive guard, right guard, and a center to get this offense going. And then whatever they want to do on defense.
So are you asking me if I would trade next year's first round pick to do something extra this year?
Yeah, because your job is on the line. Because
Yeah.
his job's on the line. If it's 7 and 10, he's out of here.
Yeah, I would say that when I look at it, it's one of those things where I just think if you're trying to get better and win now and your job could be on the line, I don't think the owner is going to let you go do something drastic to try to win now. And if that makes sense, like I don't think they're going to get all of those things.
Okay, one thing, but there's a potential big bomb that can happen. If Barkley doesn't play well and he doesn't look 100% from that injury, they're not re-signing him. If Daniel Jones doesn't look good, they might have to reset at him too. That means then Gettleman's definitely gone. So there you go. If he doesn't get this ship running at least 9 wins, 8 at minimum, 8 wins this year, I think it's a big problem.
Listen, I think if they don't, John didn't want to say it, and thanks for the call. If they don't go to the playoffs, I think he's going to be gone. I think that's just the way it is. I think he's going to be gone. He didn't want to definitively say that because you never know what happens, but I would believe that to be the case. And with real justification. Now, what I was talking about earlier when I teased about the draft was something that he kind of hit on there. Like, we've talked an awful lot about the Giants drafting an edge rusher, about the Giants drafting a wide receiver at number 11. Don't be shocked about the interior offensive line. I've heard a lot about the guard from USC, Vera Tucker. Elijah Vera Tucker, I think his name is. Now, admittedly, I haven't seen him play enough to know how good he is, but he's ranked as a top 15 prospect. Don't be surprised if they go in that direction. Because even though they have Solder's only going to be around for a year, and it's going to give them good depth at the position for the coming year. So you have to look at that. If he is the best player available and they don't want to add another receiver after bringing in Galladay, then I absolutely believe they're more likely to head in that direction, especially because this does not appear to be a great draft for pass rushers. I saw one mock draft that included them picking Gregory Rosso from Miami, who opted out this past year, in the 2nd round. And he was a guy that was thought to be maybe a mid-first round guy that maybe they'd even look at early. I don't know. I think there's a strong chance they could pick an interior offensive lineman that high. It would not surprise me at all.
It's Carlin
I'd like to see the fat guy over there high. What does that look like?
on 98.7 ESPN.
Join the millions switching to Spectrum Mobile and you could save up to 40%. Nationwide 5G is included with every plan, and there are no added taxes or fees, plus no contracts. And for a limited time, get up to $300 off a new Samsung 5G phone with trade-in when you switch to Spectrum Mobile. Visit a Spectrum store near you or go to spectrummobile.com today. Savings based on comparison of single-line comparable unlimited plans amongst major national carriers as of 1/27/2021. Data usage limits vary by carrier. Spectrum internet required. Services not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Yo, Pablo Torre here, host of the ESPN Daily Podcast. When you want to go beyond your feed, when you want to get inside the score, when you want to get behind the highlight, there's ESPN Daily. Go deeper into the stories of the moment. Get the exclusive access and insider perspective that only ESPN can give you. ESPN Daily, hosted by me, Pablo Torre. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Michael Kay. I want to tell you about my friends at Precision Painting Plus, who recently power washed and painted the exterior of my home. They did a fantastic job from start to finish. When we started, they had a designer come to my home to work with my wife to select the right colors and finishes. Then they had a project manager on site to make the process stress-free and easy. They use Benjamin Moore, the market leader in paint, so it not only looks good, but it lasts. Precision Painting Plus really understands their customers. Painting is a reflection of you and your home. That's why they're focused on realizing your vision and being respectful of your time and your budget. Precision Painting Plus is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and has thousands of 5-star reviews just like mine. They also offer a 2-year warranty and interest-free financing. Schedule your free estimate today online at www.precisionpaintingplus.com or by phone at 866-217-1717.
Quick Draw from the New Jersey Lottery makes winning feel epic.
I will pick up the 10 numbers. Then the game will draw 20 numbers. Who's with me, Jersey?
I want to match more so I could win more.
My $1 bet could win up to $100,000. Let's go!
Go epic with Quick Draw. Played every 4 minutes at lottery retailers. Anything can happen in Jersey.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Jeep President's Day event is going on now, so join us today for great deals. There's no debate. There's only one. Jeep. Well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2021 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4x4 for $109 a month for 24 months with $4,299 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution.
Standby.
Okay. Current lease must end by 2/28/22. Extra charge for miles of 8,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 3/1/21. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Carlin, 98.7 ESPN, 800-919-3776. Some of the comments over on the video stream at 98.7 ESPN New York's Twitter feed and ESPN New York's Facebook page. Brian O'Keefe wants to know, do you read these? If so, could you beat up Gio? Yeah, listen, a lot was made about nothing with that whole thing. But yeah, I could pound Gio. I just chose not to that day. And please come back to the fan. No, not going to happen. I'm very happy here. Howard Lieberman, are you waiting for Richard? Howard brings up an excellent point. Guys, I'm a little bit concerned about Richard. We have not heard from him in what feels like a couple of weeks, and I'm hoping all is okay with our friend Richard from Manhattan. Have not heard him anywhere else on the station. I should check in with some of the other hosts to see if they have. Jacob, Brian, back in the studio. Guys, have we heard from Richard at all on any of the shows with Larry later on? Anything, and Larry and Gordon? We heard from Richard at all lately? Jacob, Brian, what do you think? Have we heard from Richard at all?
Yeah, you're up. We have not heard from Richard.
We have not heard from Richard.
I am a little concerned too because sometimes he calls Larry,
right,
and gives him a 1965 stat, but I have not heard from him.
Yeah, hopefully he checks in soon.
I know.
We love Richard.
We do love Richard.
As much as we joke around with Richard, we do love Richard very much. We do.
It's
fun.
like a gag in our show because we have that alarm for him, the
Yes.
purge alarm, and we need to hear Richard.
Yeah, we haven't been able to sound the alarm in a while, so hopefully we hear from
Should we
Richard
sound
soon.
it just in case?
No, I don't want to do that because it's Richard's thing.
Yeah.
It means Richard's here and he's not here, and we haven't heard from him.
And I know Richard doesn't have a Twitter because I know he told me that. So
Right. Right. Well, hopefully we hear from him soon.
If anybody is Richard's neighbor in Manhattan, please let us know.
Yeah.
Call the station because I'm a little worried about him.
Yeah, exactly. Mike Gaffney on Twitter checking in with an excellent point here. No matter if I see a horse-sized duck or 1,000 duck-sized horses or 100, I'm immediately going to blame it on a mescaline/acid flashback. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I'm with Canty. I can deal with 100 of the duck-sized horses. I don't even know how a horse would attack you if it's only the size of a duck. Even if there are 100 of them. Like, I can walk through that. A horse-sized duck? Ugh. That thing would kill me. Francesca in Freeport is next. 98.7 ESPN. Francesca, what's going on?
I wanted to say hello and to let you know I'm a big fan. I got to know you because of the Michael Kay show.
Oh, okay. Appreciate that.
I just love your voice. I think you have a great sense of humor. And I thought your critique of Peter Rosenberg was spot on.
Yes, do the honorable thing. Resign right now.
Yes, but here's the thing. I didn't think you really owed him an apology, but you were a class act to do so. I couldn't have. You said it perfectly. I mean, Don LaGreca was unbelievable calling the play-by-play, and Michael's my love. I adore Michael Kay.
Oh, we're talking about the Yankee game from a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I was busting Peter's chops about that more than anything. Like, I wasn't
I know.
totally serious
You're
about
a class act. You apologized, But you were really, really spot on. I said, my God, he's thinking my thoughts. But
if I were you, I would be alarmed by that we're thinking very alike.
Well, I don't care. I'll go with you. I'll go down with you then.
I
Wherever
appreciate
you're
it,
going,
Francesca.
I'm following.
Oh, hey,
Okay?
listen.
You're great.
Go ahead. No. You go ahead.
I just wanted to say you're really a great broadcaster, and I enjoy your show. I'm so fortunate to get through. I can't believe it.
Francesca, I thank you for calling. I appreciate it very much, and for the kind words. Thanks for checking in. And listen, when people want to say those kinds of things about me, they can have all night. It's your forum, people. Listen, you can say all the nice things you want about me, okay? God delivered. I just signed for this. You know what I'm saying? Sam in the Bronx is next, 98.7 ESPN. Sam, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Chris? How you doing, man? Just want to say, wow, Francesca, I'm a big fan of the show. I think you're an amazing broadcaster. And I want to talk about this Giants expectation of the season record. I feel as a fan, expectation every year for every team is to reach a Super Bowl. You want to get in the playoffs, you want to go deep. But realistically, I feel we can get the 10-win threshold. We can make it there. But are we going to go far in the playoffs? That's the big question there. What are we going to do? What are the real expectations? Dave Gettleman's doing a great job. But, as a Giants fan, we're kind of like lightning in a bottle team. When you go look at the Eli Manning teams, we got to the playoffs and we went deep. Every year, nobody expects the Giants to win the Super Bowl. So we're gonna be that team. We're gonna come out of nowhere and we're gonna shock people.
Boy, I listen. It's possible that the Giants could have a better year this coming year. And thanks for the call. I think it's a terrible division. I think the Cowboys are overrated, but I don't think the Giants are quite there yet. I'm not convinced of it yet. The Galladay signing, I absolutely loved. Absolutely loved it. And I absolutely love the corner they brought in too. I think that they've got a chance to be better this season. They've got a chance. What's his name? Adoree Jackson. His name escaped me for a minute. Jimmy in Westchester. James, what's going down, brother? How are you?
Hey, what's up, Chris? This is my first time calling in. I just want to say I really like your show. I didn't like you at first so much, but you grew on me, man.
Yeah, kind of like my mother. I get it.
Hey, I just want to say I think it's a great time to be a New York sports fan, man. New York Knicks are killing it. Brooklyn Nets are the biggest team in the NBA. The Mets are good. The Yankees are good. Everybody's doing good. I just want to hear your take on how great it is to be a New York sports fan right about now.
Well, first of all, we're due. That's number one. It's been a while, right? In every facet. I feel like with the Nets, the thing is that the people are not really buying into the full belief or love of the Nets, I should say, not belief, but love, because they're always going to be the second team. The Knicks being better has been a much better development than the Nets turning into a superpower. Yeah, I think that helps. Listen, the Yankees are not going to win 74 games this year. They're going to be better than they are. I just look at some of the things that are clear flaws about them, and I'm concerned by that. But the Mets are absolutely a better team, and they're more fun to watch than they have been in a long time.
Oh, yeah. Knicks, too.
Yeah. Listen.
Great to actually sit down and be excited to watch a Knicks game and watch them grit it out, play old school defense with a coach that never looks happy even when they're up by 20 points.
Hey, Jimmy, look, I was very skeptical at the beginning of the year, and thanks for the call at the Knicks start. I didn't think that it was going to be anything more than, maybe a 28, 29 win team, but they have been fantastic, and they have been even entertaining for a team that is lacking in great talent. But it's been so good to see what Randall has done, and it's been so good to see what RJ Barrett is becoming. That's what's really got me excited. A guy that the Knicks drafted very high is becoming a star player. You can see it. It's there in front of you. And yeah, he has some off nights. That's going to happen. He may not be a superstar, but he's becoming a star. He can be somebody's Robin. I fully believe that. I don't know that he's ever going to be Batman. I just love the fact that you look across the board and every single aspect of RJ Barrett's game this year has improved. That's about as good as it gets. And that's what you need to be excited about. All right, that does it for me. We will see you on Sunday afternoon, late afternoon after the game, up until 6. Full show Monday night. 3.5 hours. I don't know what to do with myself. Great job out of Brian Munguia, Jacob Perry. Up next, Anita Marks. It is the Weekend Wager. Stay handsome. Carlin out.
At Bethpage